Hey y'all, so we are picking back up into Proverbs 31, verse 17, and digging in again to that Proverbs 31 woman, that virtuous woman who is full of strength and mighty valor. So let's read the verse and then we'll pick back up. She girds herself with strength, spiritual, mental, and physical fitness for her God-given task, and makes her arms strong and firm. The Passion Translation says she wraps herself in strength, might, and power in all her works. In every aspect. So this spiritual, mental, and physical fitness covers the entire being. So there is not one part of us as women that should be left lacking. And tying this back into verse 16, which we talked about this a little bit yesterday, that we are strengthened, we gird ourselves with strength, we bind on strength for those God-given tasks. And we were not created to take on and do everything. But what we were created to do, God will supply the necessary strength. But we have to pursue that, right? We have to gather our strength from Him, from His wisdom, from how to take care of and manage our bodies. Spiritual strength. Well, let's start with, how do you build strength? Well, it's repetitive use of the muscle, right? Exercise. When you exercise, you build strength. You become stronger. A weight that used to be very heavy or that you could barely do, you could increase your weights, and now it's in trouble. Also, endurance. You build endurance, which means that you're able to withstand and that you can continue longer. But all of that comes from using those muscles. Now, spiritual strength, so repetitive use of those spiritual muscles. We continue to trust God, designating prayer time, designating reading the Word. And that reading of the Word also helps and builds our mental strength and our mental capacity. When we choose what to focus on, when we choose what our eyes are looking at, what is going into our minds and affecting our emotions and our thoughts, those are ways to build mental strength. Physical strength, and I actually wrote this in our notes, people don't like to talk about temple care, and that is the truth. And some of the most obstinate people, those adamant people who are just not going to talk about temple care, a lot of times are Christians. As long as we don't smoke, drink, or get drunk, we feel like that's temple care. But my goodness, what's our cholesterol? What's our blood pressure? Those things are just as detrimental to our temple because it's not caring for our temple in the way that it was created and designed to be. And people don't like to talk about that because, we feel like as long as we're not doing those bad, sinful things, that it's okay. But we must take care of our temple. We must take care. We must make good choices in temple care. It's just like taking care of your car. If you put the wrong fuel in, it's not going to work. If we put the wrong fuels into our bodies, they are not going to work. They might work for a while, but sooner or later, our bodies are going to stop because it's not getting what's necessary. And so everything we put in and everything we do to our bodies is part of temple care. And we've got to think about that. And if we are physically frail, I want you to think about this as we close out the day. If we are physically frail, sick, our immune systems are not built up, taking vitamins and minerals that God created to build our bodies, and we're feeble and frail, what good are we to the Father? Because we can all agree that we are the hands and feet of Jesus. And if these temples are broken down, if these hands and feet don't work, what benefit am I to the Father? And so part of my responsibility is to temple care. Part of what I am called to do, and part of what the virtuous woman does, is strengthens herself. She girds herself with strength, binds herself with strength, spiritual, mental, and physical fitness for her God-given task, and makes her arms strong and firm. We'll pick up here tomorrow. I'll see you then. Bye, y'all.